What? What's going on, everybody? My name is Alex. This is a little thing that we call Jabber, the most consistently inconsistent channel on YouTube. Holy shit. I think I just had an idea. I like that better, don't you? The most consistently inconsistent channel on YouTube, or YouTube channel. We need a YouTube channel. It goes a little smoother, I think. Anyway, you already know why we're here if you clicked it. It says it right here. House of the Dragon episode 2 premiered last night. It's basically been like a full 24 hours since I've seen it, so I might be a little fuzzy. I haven't seen it since. But I'm gonna try and get through this as quickly as humanly possible because I might have COVID. So I don't know. We'll see. Who cares? I don't. If I have it, I have it. Whatever. It's not gonna stop me from anything. But I'm sorry. I'm a tad bit late. I'm not sorry. You already know I'm bullshitting. I was in New York this past weekend for work, which is probably where I got said possible COVID. I don't know. We'll just see how I feel. I was working with Ian Rappaport from the NFL Network. For all of you NFL people out there, I am not one of those people. I just conveniently happen to work with him. Anyway, House of the Dragon episode 2 premiered. I gotta say, it was a pretty goddamn good episode, considering I know absolutely nothing about these characters at all. I know the Game of Thrones lore, I know the world. I watched all 8 seasons of Game of Thrones, was obsessed with Game of Thrones. Obviously, like everybody else, a little disappointed by the way that it ended. The more I think about it, the more it kind of angers me, but it's okay. It's neither here nor there. It's not nearly as bad as the last 2 seasons of Dexter. So, you know, could be worse. Anyway, can I say it was a great episode? No, because again, for me to say that, I have to be like fully invested in everything for me to think that it's great. Everything about it is great as far as like the consistency of the world, the way it's shot, the set design, the fucking budget is insane, obviously. I like all the actors. Danny Light is kind of growing on me now. I still am a little concerned that they're just going to redo Danny's story from Game of Thrones. But again, this episode definitely made it seem a little different. Like it's familiar, but different enough for you to be interested in it. Like you can see where they're going to try and maybe do a Dany-esque story with her. Minus the fact that she is literally the heir to the Iron Throne right now. There's a bunch of Targaryens. She's not a slave. Well, besides the slight feminist undertone of men basically ruling over everything, and they would never let a woman be a ruler, which isn't that terrible. I know a bunch of fucking people are gonna say that this is woke, which it very well could get woke. It's not for me right now. Sure, there's some elements in it that are a little woke-ish per se, but it's not enough for it to like ruin me. It's not like Last Jedi woke. You know, like it's not that bad. But Anyway, I really liked this episode. I liked it way more than the first episode. I was locked in from start to finish. There's a lot of cool stuff that's happening, especially on the Valerian side of things. Like that whole Valerian family is really neat. You know, the black guy with the sexy white dreads, he's pretty cool. I like him. And he is not happy that King Viserys is not going to marry his 12-year-old daughter. Isn't that sad? God, he can't groom her now. That sucks. Instead, he's marrying a 15-year-old. So, hey. We're in Game of Thrones, so get used to it. I don't know. I like it. I like it a lot. I like Daemon Targaryen the most. He's going to be a piece of absolute shit, and I'm all here for it. Just, you know, excuse me, I have a mic right here. But I mean, Matt Smith is such a good fucking actor. Like, he is such a good fucking actor. And to be honest, I hadn't really seen him act his ass off, except in this. Now, maybe The Crown? Was he in The Crown? Or is that just like a doppelganger of his? I don't know. I didn't really watch Doctor Who. My sister was obsessed with it, especially when he was on it. I hear he's a really good Doctor Who, so I don't know. I cannot, for the life of me, get into British sci-fi. Or like that kind of British campy sci-fi. Like, there's just something about it to me that is just not appealing. I don't know what it is. I love British comedy. Like, Monty Python and the Holy Grail is my favorite movie of all time, but I can't get into the real campy, like, sci-fi. Yeah, I just can't. I can't get into Doctor Who. Don't get it. It's like Supernatural to me, and I know Supernatural is an American show. It's just not my thing. Not my thing. Can't get into it. And I feel the same way about Jensen Ackles from Supernatural. I literally have only seen one episode of that show. I haven't seen anything else that he's done, I don't think, until I saw season 3 of The Boys, which he is fucking awesome as Soldier Boy in that show. So, hey, off track again. But anyway, so yeah, the Valerians wanted King Viserys to marry his 12-year-old daughter, or their 12-year-old daughter, which he declined, rightfully so, to marry Dany Light's obvious lesbian love interest, the redheaded, what are they, Hightowers? The Hightowers, who's the king's hand, the hand of the king, his daughter, I guess. So that'll be really interesting, because now he's gonna team up with Daemon Targaryen to they're gonna overthrow the Iron Throne. And my guess is that he is going to overthrow the Iron Throne, and he's going to kill King Viserys, take the Iron Throne, and Dany Light is going to have to get it back from him because she is the rightful heir. So in that way, I guess I could see it being like another Dany story. I definitely had that feeling going into it that they were going to try and like make up for season 8 in some degree. But I mean, so far, I think it's different enough to be interesting. Like, Better Call Saul kind of started out that way for me too, and I still haven't seen that, and I'll probably go back and watch all of it. I couldn't even get through the first season. I guess because I was just so fresh off of Breaking Bad, and then El Camino kind of came out too around, I guess, the same time, or maybe a year after. I don't know. there was something about it. To me, I needed more of a break, and having this break from Game of Thrones being on TV really helped. Granted, I finally showed my girlfriend, well, no, she finally decided to sit down and watch all 8 seasons of Game of Thrones with me back in the fall. So now we can watch this together like I wanted to with Game of Thrones, but she refused because women. So yeah, I think it'd be a really cool show. So far, 2 episodes in, I'm pretty interested. They got this fucking crab person. I don't really remember what they called him, but that's another reason why the Valerian Lord, whatever the fuck his name is. If you all could like tell me who these people are in the comments, I'm not looking them up. I like to figure it out as I go. But he was all pissed off at first because, King Viserys was not helping him get rid of this crab guy who keeps destroying his ships and literally feeding his men alive to crabs, which some really fucked up scenery there, and I dig it. It's very Game of Thrones. That's what I mean when it's keeping up the consistency with Game of Thrones. You got it's brutal, it's graphic, it looks amazing. There's dragons, which also look amazing, and there's titties, and more than likely going to be some fucking swanging dicks later. So, it's got everything for everybody. That's what you want in a good show. So, we'll still see how the rest of the season plays out. It could just dump into a fucking bottomless pit of despair. Who knows? But the whole family dynamic now is really interesting. The split is really interesting. The whole scene where the Hand of the King goes up to Dragonstone to kind of take it back from Daemon after he's gone up there and claimed it for himself with all of his gold coats or gold capes, whatever the fuck they call them, and steals a dragon egg because he more than likely wants an army of dragons so that he can just come into King's Landing and fuck it up and then take the throne for himself. He claims that, one of his old bitch is pregnant, but she ain't pregnant. He's just making shit up so that he can have some dragons, more than one. I guarantee you he wants to breed dragons so he can just have like an army of dragons and just be like a fucking insane force of unstoppable Targaryenness. Which they gotta show somebody crazier than shit just so that the whole Mad King and their nuttiness makes sense. Although how weird would it be if him and his niece end up banging? Wouldn't surprise me. The Targaryens were into incest, right? That's what kind of made them insane. Besides Bran, I guess, getting inside the Mad King's head. Anyway, there's a lot to unpick here, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it in one episode. So we'll see what happens next week. Until then, leave your comments below. Let me know how you feel about this show so far. I don't care how negative it is. Fucking tell me. I'm not gonna block your comments. I'm not worried about that. Like it, don't like it, subscribe, don't subscribe, hit the bell. I don't really care. Do whatever you want. I mean, it would be cool though if you would subscribe because it's not gonna hurt anybody but me. So you could subscribe to me, never even see me ever again. Because that's just how it goes. I'm subscribed to people that I literally never see any of their videos, but I still subscribe just to help them out. I want to hit 1K. Give me 1,000 subscribers by Christmas. Give me a good Christmas present. That'd be nice. Until then, keep it sexual.